guys, welcome back to another one. It has been a couple days and I wanted to talk about some things. So I did take the truck out again today. We had a snowstorm and just so happened when I got out of work it stopped snowing and skies cleared up and roads were still fucking messed up. So it was almost perfect because I had the time, I had the daylight, I didn't have to put the hood back on because it wasn't still dumping snow, and there was still like 3 feet of snow at the end of the driveway, and a lot of the roads weren't plowed yet. So I was like, I need to take the truck out today, and even though I'm still waiting on parts for the transmission cooler, and which is kind of an annoying story to me, let me tell you the story. I bought the transmission cooler fittings. I bought everything. I had everything. And I went to go install it, and I could not find the two fittings that go into the transmission. So I wanted to convert it to AN. I had the fittings here at the house for like a week, and when I go to install it, I have no idea where they are. So after searching for them for like an hour and getting extremely frustrated, I just bought another set and I still haven't found the other ones. I have no idea where they are. So waiting on those, took the truck out, don't have a cooler on it, so it was kind of a short drive again. Probably not the greatest idea, but this transmission in this thing, this 4L80 is taking some shit because I had the trans temp over 270 today for probably a half an hour. So it's still kicking, no issues. It wasn't doing anything weird. It seemed fine, but I know it's not a good idea. So yeah, I took it out. I locked the hubs, took it out 4-wheel drive because I got a big drift at the end of the driveway from the snow plow. Wisconsin shit, if you guys are from the south and have never seen snow. We have a drift at the end of the driveway from when the plow comes through. So you have the normal snow, which we got probably like 6 inches today, and then it takes everything from the road and it pushes a big drift at the end. And it's probably like between knee and thigh height, and this thing just backed out through it like it wasn't even there. So that was a good start, but I was having issues with everything after that point. So I actually had to check myself when I came back home because I was like really pissed off. To be honest, I was like very frustrated when I got home. But then I actually had to check myself and say, hey, let's find something to be happy about here instead of being just negative about it. The truck is an animal out there. And I was getting mad about like little stuff. Like, okay, the GoPro battery died because it's having some issues and it doesn't hold a charge. And the GoPro battery died. The GoPro fell off the truck. So I tried to get an outside shot, and I'll show you guys that stuff. It was just little stuff. And then I came home and I'm like, wait a minute. I just built this whole truck. Tore the transmission completely down to do the output shaft, and even pulled apart some of the drums to inspect the clutches because I did a rebuild kit, like a cheap eBay rebuild kit on it a year ago, and I think it was a little over a year ago, and wanted to check the condition of the clutches and everything like that, and everything looked really good. So I threw it all back together, and engine was completely apart, put a new set of pistons and rods in there, and added a transfer case, shortened the drive shaft, added a drive shaft, added a differential, put some axles in, completely changed the entire dynamic of the truck. Threw a tune in there on a completely different computer and take it out and it's just drivable. So I really started to get frustrated about some little minor stuff, and those are not hostages. Those are my kids. And then literally had to like check myself and say, hey dude, why? Why are you upset? You should be happy because you can fix all the other stuff. You can fix everything, really. That's what we need to talk about, is everything is fixable. If it breaks, fix it. If it doesn't work, change it. And the stuff I was frustrated about today was minor, so minor. That's not even worth it. So we're gonna make a happy video. That's what this is, and I'll show you guys some stuff. All right, guys. So we're gonna take it out again today. I didn't fix the cooler lines yet because I'm waiting on some fittings. But I'm gonna try to find a parking lot that I think might not be plowed. We had a lot of snow today, so we'll do that. Pretty deep. Well, guys, that would have been a really cool video if my suction cup didn't suck my shop cup. Just gonna have to believe me. It would have been awesome. Totally awesome. We'll try it again. We'll do it up on the window this time. So my battery will die halfway through the fucking video. Alright, so I noticed on that pole I wasn't making any boost, and then I found coupler down here was blown off, so I ended up digging up a wrench out of the back seat and got the thing tight. So we'll go again, can see, I don't know how well you can see this out here, but this is some pretty deep snow, and it's just handling it pretty good, so kind of liking that. Just ripping right through it. So I'll do another little rip through this thing. We'll blast through here and then probably head back home. I'm still waiting on my transmission cooler line fittings though. I don't know, like I ordered them and then I couldn't find them. I can't remember if they came in or not, and so I just ordered another set and I'm waiting on those things. I have everything else, but I went to install it and I couldn't find the damn fittings. So next thing, I got a fan that came in. I'm gonna try to make a little heater box for this thing right here. I'm just gonna use, like, I'll show you the fan when I get home, but I'm gonna make some aluminum plates here and then pipe it over with the fan, and it should be interesting, but if it works, I'm happy. So next thing we got on the list, guys, is the heater thing. I mentioned it in the video. I'm gonna do this heater. I got this C-Flow heater. This is like a bilge, 12 volt bilge vent heater thing. This is one of the 3-inch versions. They make a 4-inch version. This is what I'm gonna try. I think it was just like $22 or $23. 12 volts. And essentially what I want to do is I want to make 2 aluminum plates that are going to block off the existing HVAC duct, heater duct thing. And then this is what's going to blow the air through the heater core. I might modify this because there's like a fan, some blades inside there. You see that? Well, you see that, guys? There's a fan inside there, so I might chop this thing down. I don't know, but this is 3 inches, and I do have some 3-inch intercooler piping. So what I might try to do is just do 2 flat aluminum plates, because I have some aluminum sheet plate, and then tuck this thing in there, and you honestly just use some 3-inch intercooler piping and blow some air through the heater core and get some heat in this truck. So if I can do that, if that's successful, that'll be like 20 bucks. So we're gonna try it. Let's power this thing up. All right, so we'll hook this thing up. There is a little arrow on the top that shows the direction of the flow. So I'm gonna hold a little Ragelson over it. It looks like it's working pretty good. It doesn't have an annoying sound. That's what I was worried about, honestly, mostly. I knew it was going to have a good flow. It's 130 cubic feet per minute. So I knew it was going to flow pretty decent, but I thought it was going to have a loud, annoying whining sound. But honestly, this thing is pretty good flow, and it doesn't really make an annoying sound. So that's pretty cool. And I'm planning on keeping this in the engine bay. Honestly, with how it sounds now, I might even try to tuck it in somewhere else. So we got options, but this is what I'm planning on using. And this is folded how many times? Let's try it again. So we definitely got some good airflow. I'm confident that this will blow just enough heat into the cab to do like the defrost. That's really what I'm worried about. Worried about the simple stuff like the defrost. I really want to be able to melt some stuff off the windshield, because when I'm driving around, even like my breath inside the cab, when it's 20 degrees inside the cab and I'm breathing, it fogs up the windows. So some of you guys know what that's about, but it's usually warmer. But I really want to melt the frost off, and I don't want it to be miserable when I'm out driving this thing for hours, because that happened to me last winter. I'd be out driving that thing for like an hour, 2 hours, and I was just like cold. You get cold once in a while. Yeah. All right, guys, so that's it for this one. This is the Seaflow fan. And I might be able to trim this thing, and my plan is to, like I said, do some aluminum plates covering all of this stuff to seal it off. And I could either do a pipe from one to the other, but that's the heater core inside there. So the measurements, it's like 4 inches on the near side and then 7 inches on the back side. And with that depth, I might honestly be able to trim and modify this thing to fit completely inside that compartment and just blow through there and just have like a flat plate that draws air from this side over to the other side. So we got some options here. I'm going to do some aluminum work on it. I'm going to try to do that. Got a little treat over here. Picked up this little guy the other day. This is the $60 Harbor Freight welding table. And if you guys have been watching for a while, you know that I do all of my welding on the floor. And you know what? I just don't feel like doing it anymore. So we got this welding table. It was 60 bucks. This thing completely folds up, so I could just tuck it right against the wall. And it was cheap. It doesn't take up a lot of space. So that is totally awesome. It has these little adjustable flanges here, so you can hold the work piece on the bottom or the side. So I'm really excited to use this thing. And I also bought I should say ordered, whatever, a tabletop bandsaw. And if you watched DIY Garage Texas or Taylor Ray was using it to do his radiator fan shroud. You can see it in that video. It's like called a swag table, and you can attach a portable bandsaw to it. So it's portable bandsaw. You can detach it from the table and use it on other stuff. And you can use this table as like a benchtop bandsaw to cut metal with. So that's going to be totally awesome. I feel like that opens a lot of doors. So I'm excited to get that stuff in. We're going to do some work on this junk, and we're going to figure some stuff out, and it's going to be fun. So stick around, subscribe, comment. Don't tell your wife. And thanks for watching. Have a good one.